Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Vanessa Yao about Season 2 of Kung Fu, which is going to be available March 9th on the CW. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. I'm Vanessa Yao, and I'm playing Mia in the newest season of Kung Fu.
Absolutely. It's so exciting. Has it hit you that it's finally coming out, Season 2? Like, it's calm before the storm.
I mean, I'm really scared to watch it, to be very honest, because I haven't gone to see any playback or anything. So I'm super excited because when I first got to read like what kind of character she'd be, I was like stoked. I was so happy that like she had so much depth to her, and like I would be able to like find the justice that she needed as a character. So I'm just so excited to see it all.
So what's your mindset then, where Season 1 has a good run, characters kind of come in, they're established, it's a fun time, it gets renewed for Season 2, you join Season 2. What's that mindset? Does the excitement is it a combination of excitement, nerves? Like, what's that mindset, like, knowing you're coming for Season 2?
I mean, I was definitely nervous because I knew that like I was the new fish, and I didn't know anyone. But it worked in my favor because the character, she's not supposed to know anyone. Like, she basically grew up alone and she didn't know that she had another family. So it worked in my favor, and I made sure not to like talk to anyone too much. Like, even when I was on like set, I was like, guys, like, don't worry about me. Like, I'm just gonna be in the corner. Like, this will help me. Like, so it was fine. Like, I worked it in my favor, and later on we all got on like really well. So like it was not an issue at all.
Absolutely,
Really
no, for sure. Because I feel like it's one of those things where, it's a big project. Obviously, it did really well on the CW. It comes back for Season 2. You sign on to it, and it's like maybe overwhelming, because it did so well for Season 1. But I'm sure the excitement kind of trumps the nerves and the pressure a little bit.
No, absolutely. And like all the fight scenes and everything, like when I was watching Season 1, I was like, oh my gosh, like that is so cool. Like, I can't wait to like meet everyone, and the stunt team is so nice. The crew is so nice. Like, everyone is so welcoming. So it was really easy to like just get in there and like get started.
That's so interesting.
I was really lucky.
It's so interesting that you mentioned the stunts, because that's one of the things I love so much about Kung Fu. This show kind of has so many elements where it has, the fights, but it has, the amazing kind of growth and depth of a lot of characters and relationships and a lot happening and problem solving. Do you notice that you are signing on to a show that has kind of a lot happening in terms of like fast pace and then a bit of the romantic aspect of it and then the character growth? Do you notice that?
Honestly, when you're watching it, you don't realize like how much fighting and everything is actually in it until like you're in it like episode to episode.
Of course,
Like your normal day would be like maybe once you're done filming, you would have to go into stunt rehearsal and you'd have to learn like the fights. And like and when you get to watch like what they expect of you, you're like, I can't do that. Like, no, that's not happening. Like, I can't. Like, it's just crazy. I mean, it's so cool, and it's amazing. Really, I'm like honored that they picked me to do this. So.
We don't want to do spoilers, but what can you tell us? No. It's just part of my question. Like, I don't want like without giving spoilers. What can you tell us about your character, like that you're able to say?
Okay, so she's basically introduced as someone who grew up in the forest in a cabin in the woods with only her mom. So she's been apart from society. She doesn't know anything. And then she gets tired of it. So she wants to run away from home, and she does. And then she ends up living on the streets, and she has like runaway friends. And then one day her friends get killed, and then she runs back home, but her mom is dead.
Wow. That's a lot.
That was a lot. Yes.
Is it exciting though to see that all kind of the work that you were able to do with this character and the growth and the depth that we're going to see is finally going to kind of be seen, and people are going to be able to kind of to decipher it and interpret it very soon? Like, that's pretty cool, right? Sounds complex, of course.
the thing is, it just gets more complex. Like that's just the beginning, and
Yeah.
I was shocked. I was like, okay, like this is a lot to unpack, and then like the episodes go on. I'm like, oh my god, wait, there's more. Like how? Like how is she still alive? Like this is crazy.
It's
Like
so crazy. A general
yeah.
question that I guess you can link back to Kung Fu, but Vanessa Yao was a storyteller. Like that's what you do. You were a storyteller. What excites you about storytelling, Vanessa?
I know. I just love like for example, like with music or anything, like
Mhm.
you can make the beginning yourself, and then you can choose what kind of feeling you want others to feel, and then
Mhm.
you get to choose like how you want them to like come off the story as well. It's just I don't know, it's just such a magical thing to like,
Yeah.
especially in acting where like I make it a point to like make sure that I'm actually listening to what the actors are saying to me, and like I'm actually feeling it before I portray it in front of the camera. So
Yeah.
like so like whenever I'm feeling any kind of like deep emotions or anything, like I make sure that it's really authentic with what I'm actually feeling before I give it out, and then that's like part of the story as well. So
Oh,
it's just
absolutely.
yeah.
No, that's a great answer. You're originally from Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Yes. And so are
Yeah,
you.
we talked about
Yeah.
that.
Montreal.
We talked
Yeah.
about that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then you went to Beijing, I believe.
Yes, I did.
So when would you say the interest of becoming a storyteller started for you, would you say?
I feel like that would be because I used to play piano
Mhm.
when I was like a very young age. So every time you have like sheets of music in front of you as well, like it's not just like the notes on the
Mhm.
page. Like you can tell like the composer who wrote it, like he wanted, some parts to come out more, and those parts mean more, and they want the audience to feel something from that. So
Mhm.
I feel like from then, like doing concerts and stuff, like I understood that like a story has, ups and downs, and they want you to feel the things that the composer wanted you to feel, such as like a writer wanted you to feel. So like I really respect the original stuff like a lot, just
Yeah.
the writers on the show. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all storytelling, and you said piano and everything. I find it interesting too because the mindsets kind of obviously have to change and everything. Do you have a
Hmm.
different mindset when you kind of work and prepare for like a show like Kung Fu versus like playing music and getting ready? Obviously, if you look down at the kind of the specifics, it is different
Hmm.
in terms of how
Hmm.
you're kind of performing and everything, but maybe the
Hmm.
mindset's a bit different. What do you think about that? Is it or the same? You never know.
No, it's completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, like for this character,
Mhm.
because she's been through so much, and like I wanted to, not downplay anything that she had gone through.
Yeah.
So like I would go in my mind and and just like trick myself into believing that like these things happened to me,
Mhm.
and like it was hella depressing. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like it was
Yeah.
really depressing. And but I didn't want to like trick anyone. So like it was hard because the things that she had gone through are not like normal things that day to day, like a lot of you'll meet people that go through the same things. So no, it was definitely hard, but like I'm so happy that I was able to like get a character with such depth and like
Mhm.
try and find some justice for her throughout the whole show. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's fun. It was fun.
People are gonna be able to see it. It's so exciting that it's coming out so soon. And I just love the I just love seeing all the characters. Like I'm excited to see, of course, new characters like your character, but
Mhm.
there were a lot of things and character kind of there's a lot of things that were kind of open-ended, if you know what I mean, with a lot of characters. You know what I mean? Like I'm excited to see how it continues for season two.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was amazing how like they were able to keep like all the characters still linked together because
Mhm.
there's so many of us, and
Yeah.
like somehow like it all falls into the main story. So that
Yep.
was like really fun, and getting to meet them in real life was like, I just saw you in season one. Like, God, this is amazing. Like, it was just so fun at the
For,
best time, really.
for this question too, I'd like you to kind of answer it like in an A and a B part, maybe two answers. I mean,
Okay.
what do you hope people get out of the show when they get to watch it, when they get watch season two? What do they get? What do you? I'll ask the first part. What do you hope they get out of it with your character and your storyline specifically,
With
takeaway
my
wise?
character,
Yeah.
I would say that to remain strong.
Yeah.
Despite whatever happens to you, because the character is so strong, and she just, even though there's so much that happens to her, she still continues to do what she needs to do, and nothing can bring her down. So I feel like that can apply to anyone in life. Like if you're going through a hard time, or like you feel like, oh, like this is it. Like, no, it's not. Like you can do this. Like you can get through it, and you can do what you need to do. So
Wow.
I feel like for her character, yeah, it'd be that.
That was a great answer. You're doing really well by way of all these. It's like, you know, like, by the way, I have not given you the questions. And you're like, just like, for people that you are doing so well. No, that is awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, now part B is in general. Like when they watch Kung Fu, what do you hope they get out of it? Because you asked about your character, but specifically just the show in general. What are you hoping they get out of it?
Well, I mean, it's a full Asian cast, so apart from some non-Asians.
Yeah.
So I feel like people who are, you know, in North America or wherever they are in the world, if they have like difficulty identifying with, you know, their own cultures, I hope they can get like some comfort from watching the show, because there are a lot of elements of like Asian things in there still, like stuff about family, like how important family is. Like that's like an underlying issue throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I hope they you know, that it inspires them to like go back to their own culture, or like find out more about their own roots, and like be proud of who they are. So I think that would probably be the most important thing.
Again, another great answer. It's like, you know, like you know Family Feud when they give an answer. Good answer. Good answer.
I got it.
Good answer. Vanessa, thank you so much for coming on Popternative. It was so great chatting with you.
Thank
Seriously.
You for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so season 2 of Kung Fu on the CW, premiering March 9th on the CW. And then can you plug away where people could follow you on social media to keep update with everything? I believe there's an Instagram account, right?
Yeah, I just recently opened that. It's just my name. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge, I don't really love social media that much, but yeah, I did open it so I could you know, if anyone wants to talk to me, like I'm there. I can help anyone who needs like to talk to someone. Like I'm here for you.
Absolutely. Vanessa Yao is there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. You're going to be able to catch Vanessa Yao in season 2 of Kung Fu, March 9th on the CW. Until next time, this is Vanessa and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.